Rilis the 12th is an embarrassment and an abomination. You did well to destroy him.
Please enjoy our attractions. I'm terribly sorry they're so limited at the moment. I convinced my performers to come here, to spread high elf culture in these lands. Bring a little piece of Somerset to Grotwood, you see? But the train bugs are sick, our magician supplies are missing. None of us know the area well enough to resolve these matters. Now we're a carnival, with nothing but a fortune teller. My performers can best explain their setbacks. Connor is our bug trainer, Norian, our story.
Quite the view from up here, eh? I'm at the landscape. Don't get any ideas. All right, let's find the rest of me. Try searching the wormy camps or knocking some skeletons around until my bits fall out. My femur bends to the left. Carry on! That tickles! Look at at all the dirt on my bones! I used to bathe weekly to keep myself presentable. My pelvis is filthy! What did the wormies do? Use it as a shovel? Ah, that's the last one. Quickly now! Drop my pieces on the ground and I'll put myself back together. You have no idea how good this feels. To be whole again, and walk with my own 2 legs. To have legs at all. Next. Oh, you mean the wormies. Can't leave them here, digging up bones that dig up bones? No idea. That's why we'll need to investigate, yes. That's the thing for us. Investigations all around. Charging off like filled and near blood drunk, eh? Don't expect... Goradir! Goradir, what have they done?
What does it look like? They dug up my barrow.
What? Why?
Wouldn't stop asking about the roots.
The roots? Why would they care about the... Oh, no.
Told them they were asking for trouble. But did they listen? Went right to the barrow bar. Idiots.
Hey, friend. Listen, we have a problem. The wormies must be here for what's under the barrow bow. With enough of the little skeletons, they'll be able to dig up the big ones. I knew I shouldn't have said anything to that Ithruin. The wormy leader. Told him he'd have no use for the big bones in the ground with the barrow bow to keep them sleeping. But if he digs up the barrow bow's roots, he'll kill it. Then he can build giant wormy skeletons to stomp around. There are others like Goradir sleeping beneath the barrow bow. If they knew what the wormies wanted, they'd help. But we can't get there without Spinner Amariel's help. And she's not too happy with me. She's up on the ridge overlooking the bone orchard. Maybe I shouldn't go with you. No, that's silly. I'm sure she'll be happy to see me. But just to be prudent, I'll let you do the talking.
You're Dringoth's friend, right? Spinner Amariel won't be happy about very bright, good sense of humor. No patience for Dringoth's mischief. Yet most of us choose to sleep in our own bones. But Dringoth borrowed those of a long-dead elf. Dringoth's true bones are gnarled in the roots of the barrow bar. Some say they're the oldest in the orchard. Look out for him, would you? Tired. Very tired. Much taller.
Minera Mario, we need your help. It's an emergency.
Dringoff, who put you back together? Are you to blame for these worm cultists?
Not at all. Well, not exactly. I'll let my friend fill you in.
Why did you let Dringolf talk you into this? Do you know how much trouble he's brought to the Bone Orchard? My apologies. His very presence wears at my manners. What? Yes, their leader Ithruin made vague threats about me remaining inside. He's attempting to raise the old bones beneath the Barrow, but there's no way he'll do that before Eldenroot sends a patrol, so I'm staying put. Dug up? But that would take weeks. How do they manage? Why? Those old bones are useless to them. The Barrow shields them from necromancy. But if they can dig up the Barrow's roots... Oh no. They plan to turn the old bones into an army! Here, this is Niranon's horn. Head beneath the Barrow and sound the horn before the gate. It's the only way inside, unless you want to help the worm cult with their digging. And don't let Dringoff sneak off with that horn.
They're already inside. If we're lucky, they haven't made it to the heart of the Barrow.
Who disturbs the heart of the Barrow?
Niranon, enough with the theatrics! You need to let us in!
Dringolf, what are you doing here? Who is with you? And why are there intruders in the roots of the Barrow? Dringolf, what have you done?
Nothing, I'm trying to help!
Once again you bring us suffering. Banishment is too good for you this time.
Dringoff, what have you done?
What will you make us lose this time, Dringoff?
You should have left, Dringoff.
Ulfras will not forgive you again.
Why, Dringoth? Why return?
Dringoth, you were banished, yet you dare return?
Ulfras, listen to me! We're in danger! Necromancers are trying to kill the Barrowbow!
You warn of danger. Dringoth, who leveled nations with his girth. Your restlessness trapped us here in the first place.
There are a vast number of elf bones in the Bone Orchard. If we all use them together, we can drive out the invader!
Together? Since when have you done anything that wasn't for yourself? Once more you bring danger upon us, then beg for our help to end it. No longer! You'll remain beneath the Barrowbow until the world forgets you!
Ulfras, wait!
We have no quarrel with you, Living One. Indeed, we thank you for your part in awakening us. The invaders in the Barrowbow must be stopped. Because we must punish him for his transgressions. The Elfbone shell to which he was banished will no longer suit him. We'll return him to the old skull around which the Barrowbow first grew. The very skull that surrounds this room. Dringoth's crimes are unforgivable. We once sought a true death in the farthest reaches of the world, but his aimless wanderings led to our imprisonment. Here, we can never die. Perhaps we were too hasty. Very well. Because Dringoth broke his exile only to warn us of so great a threat, we'll allow him to leave us in peace. Enemies at the inner gate! Come quickly, we'll drive out the Worm Cult.
Been one for you.
Turn back the invaders! Drive them from our home!
Can't say I'll miss throwing back wave. Can't say I'll miss throwing back wave after wave of wormies and their bony minions. But now I have a chance to see the world, meet new and interesting people. See the world, I expect. Folks may not take kindly to chattering elf bones, but it's better than stomping everything to jelly, eh? I'm sure I'll see you around. The world's only so big. Bigger now, I expect. Ooh, how exciting. You know, I hadn't thought about it. I usually just pick a direction and start walking. Though sometimes that doesn't work out so well. Take the Sea of Ghosts. Seems like a fun jaunt, yeah? Up north, very north, lots of water. Ice like you wouldn't believe. But the barnacles, oh, do they chafe. Took me a decade rolling around in desert sands to rid myself of those. Oh yes, loved it. Warm, dry, and the sand feels so good on my bones. Unfortunately, the people there aren't big on walking skeletons. Not many are, but there in particular. When they saw me coming, they took for the hills, the caves, whatever was available to hide in. By the time I reached a city, it would be completely deserted. Made me terribly lonely. But that...
No scout. And I do hope that smell came out of an animal. no scouts here, just my neighbor. Although this is certainly an interesting arrangement.
It's not time yet. The mayor said you can't eat me until dinner. Praise Archay. This entire town has gone mad. We should have informed Captain Elonthor immediately, but I insisted we press on. If we'd fallen back, maybe my scouts would still be themselves. The mad people brought us to their mayor. I don't know how he did it, but he turned my scouts into bears. Bears! I thought he'd do the same to me, but he changed his mind. Said the town folks should have me for dinner. He locked himself in that big cathedral, saw the doors flare up briefly, glowing as bright as the sky, and then it faded. Magic keeps them shut, I'm sure of it. I've had enough of this place. Please untie me. I'm getting out of here. I recommend you do the same.
This mayor seems a charming fellow. We should decide what must be done about him. Soldiers turned into bears, people setting themselves on fire, and now a mad mayor locked in a cathedral. I know I should be horrified, but it all sounds so exciting. Oh, I suppose I can reverse the effects of the mayor's magic. After many, many years of honing my craft, this should be a simple matter. But if we're hunting bears, I'll need you to be the bait. I'm an old woman, and such magic requires precision. Wrestling with bears impedes precision. Slap them about their faces, throw sticks at them, call them harsh names, however you must. Keep their attention while I do the complex part. I have an old scroll tucked away in my basement laboratory. If we have it in hand, it won't matter how tightly he's locked that cathedral door. But first, we should rid South Point of its bear problem. Shall we?
Thank you. I can leave this nightmare.
Set it ablaze!
This town is broken. Flee while you can.
That wasn't so difficult, was it? Now let's head to my laboratory. We'll need that scroll to get into the cathedral. We won't make it inside my laboratory unless we stop the lightning. If someone conjured this storm, they do it from somewhere they could see everything in South Point. There's an old Colovian tower nearby. It's the highest point in the town. Besides...
Now you get the lightning!
What are you doing here? I don't know you. So what if I am? They called me an angry drunk, said I'd never amount to anything. But now I have the lightning, and I'll give it to anyone who makes me mad. Shut your mouth and walk away, or you'll get the lightning, just like... I don't need to listen to this. I'll show you, like I did them. Nobody pushes Rufinus around!
Didn't think you had it in you, but the storm's clearing. We should head to my laboratory. Ah, yes, it's on my desk. Yes, over there. Do you see it? Let's head to the cathedral. We're the last people the mayor will expect.
Not if I kill you first! I recognize him. Let me see if I can talk some sense into him.
Who's there? How did you get in? Go. I want to be alone.
Don't you recognize me, Mayor Olis?
Dareneth. Thank the Divines. Sheogorath did this, all of it. He used me.
And how exactly did he use you?
He promised me power, the respect I deserve. But then he cursed my tongue with madness and let me make a mess of this town.
You're so pitiful, even for a mortal.
What?
You heard me! Oh, I've always wanted to meet a person within a person. Tell me, what's it like?
I'm so sorry, Sheogorath. I thought you'd abandoned me.
Owlie, I left you a tongue that drives people mad! But I suppose if you don't want my gift, I can take it from your mouth and give it to my new favorite mortal friend!
No. Think of all I've built here. The wonderful screams I've created, all in your name. Doesn't that make me your favorite?
Oh, very well. Sorry, my second favorite mortal friend. We had a good run, but it's time for
Good. You're finally coming out of it. We should reintroduce ourselves. I don't remember how I came to be here in the cell. When I woke, you were just standing there, foaming at the mouth. Count yourself lucky that Sheogorath had no desire to treat you like a puppet, unlike myself. I was in Eldenroot when I heard some of the strange rumors coming from South Point. When I returned here, I recognized the signs. But when I arrived at my laboratory, Sheogorath was already there, dancing. Then I was dancing. After that, it all went dark. I saw and heard everything we did, but I couldn't affect a thing. It was a waking nightmare. My own mind, a prison. I expected him to kill us both, but we're here, aren't we? Best not to think of it. Applying logic to the mad god is unwise. Mayor Olus happened. He's always blamed others for his own shortcomings, but I never realized he'd been touched by Sheogorath. The only way the madness will end is with his death. I don't see how. Those bars are thicker than sword blades. We aren't going anywhere. It seems Sheogorath made a few changes to these catacombs. There were never any prison cells below the cathedral. I already tried. It seems Mayor Olus bound my magic somehow. I'd say it's maddening, but less so than having a Daedric prince steer you around like a carriage. When they come for us, we can try to fight our way out. If they come for us.
Such despair! Richer than a cheese sorbet! Well, if it isn't me old friend Hunts for Bucks. No, don't look so glum, or the skeevers will notice. Then, well, they hit you up for... Mayor Aulus is a curd in the soup. A real fly in the way, don't you say? Made a mess of me gift. The kind from the wrong end of a dog. I tried to encourage him. Even brought him a hero to destroy. But I led you right here to make it all boring again. And what did he do to stop you? Nothing! There I stood, in my best old lady suit, and he said it was all my fault. He just needs motivate. Could you kill someone you love? I can't. Well, I have, but I want him to reach deep down, below all the marmalade and crushing failures defining his life, to find a seed of confidence, and grow it into a tree of gumption. Deal. Oh, and one more thing. Dareneth stays behind. If you bore me too much, I turn her into a goose, roast her, and feed her to you covered in fine Adark. And make it entertaining, would you? After spending so much time in this town, I finally know where the Colovians keep their fur hats.
This is your chance to fix this mess. Go, deal with the mayor. If South Point bores him, Sheogorath will leave.
Already aboard! Here, I brought you some presents to show you. Move now! Haste and blood! It's why you're my new favorite mortal! Well, also your buoyancy, but mostly haste and blood. Washed it away. Really got in the cracks there. Oh, you can't seem to catch a break, can you? Chin up, just... Well, a proper hero needs obstacle, struggle, repeated attempts at bodily harm. You're going to play the proper hero so Owlie can shine. Or... Do you have to lumber about like that? Show some panache! A little swagger!
Knows what we've Billy healing!
Oh, this just isn't your day. But your Uncle Sheogorath can make it better. I can never decide between choice and free will. Which will triumph in the end? But why not settle the matter for me? Or you could yank a lever, but that's hard. I just told you, choice and free will are subjects I hold quite dear. So, you could fight a very good friend of mine. Wonderful! Just say the word and I'll bring it. Free will! Get out here! There's someone I want you to meet! Not much gusto, but a smidge of verve, 3 jots brio. The essentials for a Moxie fondue. Fondue. What was I saying?
What do you mean, coming to kill me?
It's a gift! A chance to shine! To prove you have some backbone that won't snap at the lightest touch! Really, Howley, I'm quite fond of you. Ooh, fondue. What was I saying?
That you're fond of me. That you don't want to watch me die.
Watch you die horribly. All alone. And laughing my head off when it happens. Oh, that doesn't sound like me, does it? But I'm sure you can work the matter out for yourself.
Please, don't do this. Maybe we can work something out. It's not fair. I never wanted this, any of this. Now I'm to die for it. You do have a choice. Not like me. Sheogorath listened to me. Said he would take me down a golden path. Nobody in Southpoint ever respected me or gave me a chance to prove who I could truly be. What choice did I have but to make them all see who I really am? My family ruled Southpoint for generations. But after we lost everything, where was my birthright then? No. I won't let you cast me aside like... Share Sheogorath's gift. Make you respect my power. Kneel before me. Before me. Kneel before me. Before me. I'll share Sheogorath's gift. Make you respect my power. Kneel before...
Oh, that was exciting. And impressive. Poor Owly never could finish what he started. You really are a joy to watch. And that's why you're my new favorite mortal. When you kill something wonderful, you keep it interesting. Fresh! Dare I say? Think I don't remember, you daft little sprig. Call me a debt hedger, will you? A deal fondler. Ah, but you're forgiven. I've always said grudges are like a good cheese. Don't be a stranger!
I'm sorry, but I have nothing to say. That is my problem. I literally have nothing to say to these people. All my stories about the amazing deeds of long-dead high elves. The first rule of my profession is to know your audience, and Grotwood is not a place to tell such tales. I plan to seek out wood elf stories in taverns and libraries, but since we arrived, I've heard of countless troubles in Grotwood. The Worm Cult, pirates, wood elf rebels. It's all the same. I'd rather keep... The wood elves rarely write their stories down. But I heard Scholar Glorolan in the Elden Root Mages Guild is the one to ask. If you're headed that way, would you mind asking for a book? It could be written in...
I hope you didn't travel from far away just to see Vendare the Magnificent. I am not performing at present. My magic cannot function safely in front of a crowd. Oh, did she? Did she also tell you how she promised that would make 10 times our normal take by coming to this godforsaken backwater? Did she mention how she said shipping my supplies wouldn't be an issue? The shipping was fine. It's the delivery where it fell apart. My belongings arrived at the docks of Haven without incident. But due to the recent problems in the city, no one has any idea. As far as I'm aware, yes. They're in the nicest looking trunk on the dock. I had it touched up by a painter in Matissan, you know. I couldn't ask you to lug that heavy monstrosity all...
Look at them. Limbs so sluggish and carapaces dreadfully dull. When you've raised the shocks since they were pupae, it gnaws at your heart to see them so listless. They're having trouble managing the local grass. So I've put them on an all-hay diet. And the climate. It's more humid than they're used to in Somerset. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they were homesick. When they were younger, I'd grind mudcrab eyes into paste and give it to them as a treat. I think it would raise their spirits again. But nobody sells mudcrab eyes. And I can't leave my shocks. I would forever be in your debt, my friend.
My gratitude.
Thank you.
Good luck finding the mud crab eyes. Would you look at that? Just the smell of the thing seems to have perked them up.
Do you have them? You have them, don't you? Oh, I shouldn't get my hopes up. Wonderful! That's everything I need. Once Haven gets its act together, they can deliver an empty trunk. You're welcome to stay for the show. Sit wherever you like. You won't regret it, unless you hate stage performances. You know, I think he's less stubborn this way. All right. I suppose we've had our fun. Time to restore my assistant. Sulimer, return to your true nature.
You fool! You foiled my plans and revealed my true form to everyone in this wretched land.
Sulimer, you were a Jamora all along. I won't allow you to harm these fine people.
You think you can stop me?
No! Release me!
And now for the rest of you.
You forgot everything, foul creature.
What might that be, Mortal?
The people of Gratwood are closely tied to the forest itself, and you cannot withstand the might of the Green Pact.
This can't be happening. The Green Pact isn't real.
It's real enough to kick you back into the pit from which you crawled. Everyone, bind your will to mine. Together we can banish him.
No! Not back to oblivion!
With your help, we've banished the foul Jamora. Behold the might of the Green Pact. I hope everyone enjoyed the show.
I'm rather busy right now.
Please, listen to me for just a moment. It's very important. Doom has come to Craglorn. The stars have vanished from the sky. Will no one... I'm an initiate in the Order of Stargazers. We study the stars and their influence on Tamriel. Not long ago, we noticed one of our order, Hara, is leading our efforts to stop these attacks. But we are not warriors. This cart will take you to Belkarth in Craglorn, where you can speak to her personally.
Orcs are all about honor and all. I don't guess you've run into a big, lumbering brute of an orc in your travels. Named Storg. Was a friend of mine. Maybe you've heard of the Rite of Theft, a Wood Elf tradition. If you pull off a particularly clever theft, you can demand payment from the owner for their things. Well, I stole this Tree Thane's bow, and then Storg stole the bow from me. The Tree Thane wants his bow back, and if I can't give it to him, he's gonna have me hauled in and whipped. Last I heard, Storg...
You let that woman murder that doctor in Fair, didn't you? Shame on you. Prince, did your sister see a clutch of butterflies when she was there?
Believe what you like. Go down there, whatever they cost.
Yes? How can I help you? My people mostly leave such matters to our spinners to share, rather than writing it down. I have something, but I can't imagine you'd want an Akaviri spy's writings on our heritage. A cultural infiltration document. Really? You read Akaviri? Here we are. One flawed Akaviri depiction of my people. I hope you find it as amusing as I did.
The Order of the Eye could use your assistance. Daedric relics cursed by...
As you may have encountered, all throughout Valenwood live the Spinners, the most faithful devotees of Ifrit, our most important god.
How would this one know a spinner apart from other Bosmir? Not to sound rude, but this one has trouble.
What is it?
What do you have there? A book? This book? It's written in Akavir? This is wonderful. Nobody here will be able to find the source of my stories if they're written in another language. My Akaviri is a bit stale, but I think... And now, I'd like to present the secret history of the Red Pact. Every Wood Elf knows of the Green Pact made with Ifri. None may harm the forest or use its bounty for personal gain. Only meat may be consumed to survive. But few Wood Elves know of the deal struck before. Some say with Molag Bal himself. Indeed, the Red Pact forbade the consumption of meat. It mandated the trees be cut down for homes, and fruit and vegetables alone sustain the Wood Elf people. Shocking, I know. But Molag Bal wished to keep the Wood Elves weak and sickly by making them eat the very forest around them. Such is what the God of Schemes planned. A slow death brought to the heart of Ifre's power. But the God of the Forest was no fool. Approaching the dwindling, sickly Wood Elves and noting their grass-stained teeth, Ifre offered them a deal. They would make a new deal, a fresh green pact, and the forest itself would always defend them. And so the Wood Elves accepted Ifre's offer. The meat mandate defied Molag Bal's Red Pact, as did the bone and leather used to build their homes. Molag Bal's rage was great. He would repay the breaking of the Red Pact with the devouring of Gilvardel. But that is a tale for another time. Thank you. Everyone knows the tale of Gilvardel, how Molag Bal devoured an entire Wood Elf city. But few know it was the Sylvanar who kept the God of Schemes from eating all of the Valenwood. For the Sylvanar knew Molag Bal had a single weakness, the thrum of a perfectly tuned lute. So he called upon the greatest lute player in the Valenwood to send the Daedric Prince back to Cold Harbor. And so Emerald Spinner Aegon strode into the ruins of Gilvardel, ivory lute slung across his shoulders like a Nord's great sword.
Would you look at that line? We're drawing more people than in Auradon. We'll perform our hearts out. The Wood Elves will see there's more to the Somerset Isles than stuffy politicians. Return anytime you wish. If there's enough call for it, we may have new performances to share.
I've been supplying the...
Oh, a Dominion soldier. My friend Feralion has gone missing, and I'm worried he got himself into trouble inside the cave to the north. It's my fault. I was going on and on about a silk dress I saw on a high elf in Elden route the other day. Feralion swore... I think Feralion hoped to gather their silk to make the dress. Foolish elf. There... Please, look for Feralion in the cave. Aye, the fearful matriarch of...
Who are you? What do you seek? It's Gerwe Ruin's duty to send those who measure up to our standards. She doesn't take her task lightly. Know that this is Brackenleaf's forest and we are his briars. If you want to join us, you'll need to pay your respects. Brackenleaf is one of the first trees of Grotwood planted by Ephrae herself. Brackenleaf's briars are sworn to protect Brackenleaf from an enemy called the Outsider, and accept all who want to follow the path of the Hunter. Curious one, aren't you? That's knowledge for Brackenleaf's briars and us alone. Now, if you're not everyone's cut out to be one of Brackenleaf's briars. We've dedicated our lives to studying the relationship of predator and prey, to becoming skilled. The first test of the briars is to listen. Each of the masters has a lesson to teach about the hunt. These are the rules the briars live by. To live off the flesh, to bring no harm to nature, and to protect Brackenleaf with our lives. One step at a time. Visit the 3 shrines, Snake, Wolf, and Tiger. Light the brazier at each shrine and listen to the masters. Then, if you still want to be a briar, return to me and I'll explain the next trial. Joining Brackenleaf's briars is nothing to take lightly. Many have died attempting the trials, and there is always the threat of the Outsider. You already know the Outsider is our greatest threat. Beyond this, some secrets are meant for those who pass the trials and join on. What would you like to know? Old songs speak of days when Ephrae walked among the trees of Valenwood. She planted the seed that would become Elden Root, but what most don't know is that she planted many more. The first briar was a skilled hunter called Thaldil. She single-handedly protected Brackenleaf's briars are any who can prove themselves worthy by passing. We are protectors of Brackenleaf, and through him, servants of Ephrae.
I am the Snake. I hide in the tall grass and close on my prey with lightning speed. I'm cunning, agile, and fierce. Watch. My prey does not see me coming until it's too late. Deceive and strike. The way of the snake is dark and calculated. Remember this.
I am the tiger. I use brute force to destroy my prey. I am strong, proud, and fearless. I stand toe-to-toe with my prey and deliver a ferocious killing blow. Use superior strength to overcome your prey. The way of the tiger is to dominate. Remember this.
I am the wolf. I howl, and the rest of the pack responds. Sharp-toothed and hungry, we hunt together. Working together, we take down the toughest foe. Hunt as a pack. The way of the wolf is to move in numbers. Remember this.
So, you've heard the masters speak. Snake, tiger, wolf. These are the spirits of the hunt. Each Briar embraces the qualities of one of these spirits. Are you still interested in joining the Briars? The next trial will not be so simple. It will require you to commit your whole self, mind, and body. Venture to the frog cave near the seashore. Yes, and it must be consumed alive. The frog will allow you to see the forest like you never have before. Once your journey begins, the spirits of the forest will guide you. Don't be alarmed if the world around you seems to change. It's a property of the Volnesti Peeper to reveal the true nature of the forest. But be careful. The true nature of the forest can be deadly.
I'm at my wit's end.
Speak to me, friend. Don't be afraid. Don't worry. I'm a friend. The disorientation you're feeling is natural. It will pass. Glaris, and so many before her. This place was still young when I was cut from the branches of Bracken. It's time for you to speak to Brackenleaf. Only he can judge whether you are worthy to serve him as one of his briars. Find him in the center of this grove. If he wills it, we will meet again.
What? You'll have to speak up. My hearing isn't what it used to be. Oh, the Briars, you say? The Briars carry my heart within them. They protect it with their very lives. It's a lot to give to protect a tree. Especially good. I think you will find this forest is full of new things to discover. Very good. I trust Glaris has told you about the spirits of the hunt. First, you must decide which fits you best. The snake's dark purpose, the tiger's grim determination, or the kinship of the wolf. Sharp-toothed and clever, the wolf understands that sometimes it is better to hunt.
Brackenleaf is pleased, but you are not finished yet. Each hunter is also prey to another hunter. Wolf hunts tiger, and tiger hunts snake. Your spirit animal's shrine lies at the edge of the forest. Light the brazier, and
have seen how the roles of hunter and hunted are interchangeable. You have stopped me. As I've said before, the Briars are my guardians. You are the outsider. Your final trial is to enter my trunk and touch the flame. You have seen how the hunter is also the hunted. Well, in the same way, every Briar begins as the outsider. The flame of my heart now resides within you. Carry it with honor and protect my forest with pride. I will now return you to Glarus.
So, you've returned. Tell me, what did you see? Did you speak to Brackenleaf? Everyone's vision is a little different, but we all must take the heart and experience the role of the outsider. You stopped being the outsider when you proved yourself strong enough to defeat the Master. The Masters you fought were illusions, but they fought with all the strength of their real counterparts. Tell me, go to the Wolf's Shrine. Pray at the brazier and receive the blessing of Brackenleaf. You have the blessing. Good. Then with open arms, I welcome you to our family, Brackenleaf's Briars. May you succeed in all your hunts and the great tree keep you in the shade of it. You may return here as often as you like, and anywhere you see the Shrine of the Wolf, you may seek Brackenleaf's blessing. Congratulations.
thought I was food for sure. Thank you. But we should get out of here while we can. Thanks, friend. I was this close to becoming those spiders' next meal. At least I managed to gather some silk for Mendil. She'll have her dress yet. I wish there was something I could give you by way of gratitude, but I'm an elf of little means, and this pittance is all I have.